Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frequency Network. Good afternoon to you, my Healy family. So today we are doing part 2 of spiritual growth. Previously, I was doing spiritual growth part 1. So this is the continuation because there are so many programs that are related to spiritual growth. And then just before that, we are talking about manifestation, correct? So for those who wants to manifest, I talk a lot about coherence, right? Alignment of your body, mind, and the spirit. So if we want to attain or manifest our desires more easily, okay, we must be able to connect to our higher self and connect to our divine source. Okay, so that's the reason why we are spending a lot of time on spiritual growth over here. All right, so for those who need translation, all right, so this is the QR code where you can link to the translation. You can either read the text or use the earpiece for the translation. And just a gentle reminder, all right, that this platform here is provided by Healy World and is meant for education, for us to share our personal experiences using Healy and McHealy. Okay, yeah. So whatever that you hear or listen here or learn here, please use your own discretion to evaluate, to judge, or to adjust according to how your body responds. That's very important. Okay, so once again, for those who are new and do not know how to use the translation here, you can use your, okay, I hope you're using the laptop to view the presentation, and then you can use your phone camera to scan the QR code, select your language, and then you can put on your earpiece to listen to the translation simultaneously. Okay, so I hope that is done. Yeah, so for those who are using Healy and McHealy programs to support your body, your physical body, okay, gentle reminder that Healy and McHealy, they are not medical devices. They are to support our well-being. So therefore, if you have any serious health issue, please be reminded to seek professional help as soon as possible. All right. So for those who are here, first time meeting me, I am Christi Wong from Singapore. So this is my profile. So I started using bioresonance since 2017. So I think it's about 8 years now. And I'm very impressed with devices. Back then is big devices. So now I only use this small device, Healy, to actually do the profiling. All right. So I can profile your health, your emotions, and also your spiritual life as well. Okay, so you can also learn to do the same. And so these are the books, okay, for those who are keen to go very, very in depth. And then you can also get some free training also from Healypedia. All right, so for those of you who just discovered this platform, so the earlier information that we shared can be found here. So what are we going to do today is we are going to cover the spiritual energy program in Healy Obsidian Energy Cycle. And then we will talk about cosmic growth, coherence, essential oil, plant power, Alaskan gem, and also spirituality category in the Healy Coach. So we are going very, very broad today. So I'm going slow so that you can actually follow where I am, especially if you're new to Healy and McHealy. Okay. So backtrack a little bit to Spiritual Growth 1, we talk about the chakras. Okay, so why is the chakra so important? It is because it is the hardware. So let's say you talk about the human being, right? The organs, lungs, heart, your intestines, your sex organs, your brain. So these are the organs that keep us functioning physiologically, right? So what is the spiritual system? Okay, are there spiritual organs, okay, in our body? Yes. And they are the chakra system. Okay, more than the 7 chakras, they're actually more than that, but the most talked about and most well known are the 7 chakras. So if you have missed the first session, go back to the recording to understand what each of the 7 chakras represent in terms of how it is actually associated with every aspect of our life. So it is so important that I call it the human operating system. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so the chakra system is the vertical channel that allows universal energy from outside to actually enter into our system. It's a two-way street. It also allows us to actually connect to the universe, galaxy, divine. All right, up, 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 up. Yeah. And then, okay, so these are the 7 chakras. Most of us are actually familiar with the 7 chakras. Okay, so the chakra as the energy swirl and all that, right? It emits the energy and it also creates the auric field. Okay, the auric field around us. So how strong, how stable, how wide, how far is the auric field will depend on the strength of the 7 chakras. Okay, so if some of your chakras are blocked, okay, then it will be dim and then it will be smaller. Okay, so the brighter, the more energy you have in your chakra, and as you expand, your auric field will also expand accordingly. Okay, so now we are going to add on more information to what we have learned before. This is the Healy Obsidian, and in the energy cycle, there is this program called the spiritual energy. Now, today I'm going deep into the frequencies because we want to really appreciate the program. Okay, yeah, so that as we use it, we really, know what we are getting. Now, how there are so many frequencies. When you use the programs, you will find that, every 10 seconds, different frequencies. But which are the ones that I will pay attention to will be the ones that shows you the number, the frequency, and the percentage that's next to it. You find that every program has about 3 stages. The first part is all the 10 seconds bursts, all right? So, and that is actually for easy correction, but the main bulk of the time is spent here, all right, at the time where they show the percentages from minus 99 all the way to 99%. So a lot of time is actually spent communicating to the body, all right? So if you want to know what Healy is communicating or talking to your body or what your body is telling the Healy, this is where you can eavesdrop. Okay, so the information they've gotten here is from DeepSeek, ChatGPT. You can use that. So please do not take this as 100% accurate and correct, all right? But it does give us a good glimpse, a good idea of what all these frequencies are. These frequencies are actually codes, CODE, a code. So we have the genetic code, all right? And the genetic code is the one that makes the proteins in the body. So these are the coding that will tell the cells what to do. So they are all in numbers like that, which we don't understand. So therefore, we need to decode, what all these numbers are and why your body is requesting for this kind of frequency. Okay, so for example, under the 10 hertz. Huh? If you see 10 hertz, this is actually to calm your mind, yeah, calm your body. I think it's probably the alpha range. So if you have many thoughts, so how do you actually sit down and do your meditation? So this program here, spiritual energy, is about 30 minutes. So let's say you set aside time to sit down and meditate. So what you do is you can wear the device either with the coil or with the high wave, okay? Vibrate it and then sit down there and do your meditation. So if you have a lot of thoughts, so it will bring down and quiet your mind, help your body to relax so that you can enter the calm, focused alpha state. Okay, now, then after that, you will find that it is allowing you to go inward. So it goes into those deep-seated emotions that are stored in your chakra, in your body. So this is where it will unblock, it will release so that some of these things can come to the surface. So in your meditation, don't be surprised that when the emotions are released, it can either bring you back to the memory of something that has taken place in the past. Okay, you can also release the emotions related to it. So you may feel pain in the body, you may feel like crying, yeah. So tears and all that, yeah, it will surface. All right. So this is a good thing because it's actually, instead of suppressing, we should push into the body. So this is actually releasing and bringing it forward and making it known to you. Let's say limiting beliefs. So as you're there meditating, suddenly there is let's say a scenario, there's a view, there's a thought or words that you've spoken before suddenly just pop up in your mind. So from there, some of these actually illuminate, so that you know that, hey, these are actually limiting beliefs that you have. Okay, so it can help you in that way. Then it may have like 232 kilohertz. This is to help you to connect. Okay, yeah, so this is actually to help you go and tune to the higher channel. Okay, this may give you certain spiritual experience, give you peace, very comfortable peace, yeah? Or you feel unity with divine and all that. So in one set, it comes in three, right? So three in one set like that, so you can see the progression of what it's trying to do. Okay, so calm yourself, take what is inside, and then allow you to connect upwards. Now, the next three or two, sometimes it's three or two frequencies and all that. So, okay, you can see here, like then after a while, it will give you the next set of frequency. So here, like 3.9, 3.9 is very low. This is alpha state. Alpha state help you to reprogram your deep subconscious, release again fears, phobia, negative core beliefs. And then after that, it goes to the sacral. It also goes to the throat chakra. So this is your expression. If you have a lot of things stuck here, there are people who tell me that they have lots of mucus, coughing, or always have mucus to clear. So these are signs, sign that the throat chakra is actually blocked. So when you use this, it's actually clearing. So you might find yourself having more of this. And then sacral chakra, all right, is also for your creativity and allowing you to feel the emotions. Yeah, feel your pain rather than suppressing it. And then after that, 6 point, what is that? 6.6 7 kilohertz, the crown. So whenever you see the kilohertz, a very high frequency, is all for the higher channels. So this is for spiritual awakening, connecting to your spirit guides, your higher self. Okay, so unlike the chakra program, when you use root, it targets your root. All right, so root, and then one by one, Spiritual energy is where they can go to multiple chakras at the same time, similar to chakra balancing. So it's not one by one, but it's actually jumping around. Okay. And I was told recently that certain chakras, they actually work in pairs. That means when one is affected, it will naturally also entangle and get affected at another chakra. Okay, so they may actually do certain pairing like this. Okay, now the 6.67 activate your light body and Merkaba spiritual energy field. So I'm going to explain a little bit what is the meaning of your light body. So this is your physical body. Okay, so light body is not a heavy light kind of thing, but it's talking about light energy, light body. Okay, so your light body is your spiritual engine. Okay, so this is actually referring to the auric field, and the auric field has many layers. Okay, many layers. Yeah. So what are all the layers? And it's powered by the chakra system, meaning that each chakra gives you one layer. That means it wraps around you like a shell. So the root chakra gives you one layer, sacral chakra gives you another layer, and then the solar plexus another layer. So you have many layers. All right, so specifically the layers are your etheric light body, emotional light body, mental light body, astral, etheric light body, celestial, and causal. So many layers. Yeah. Okay, then after that is, so what you do is that the light body, when you actually strengthen it, clear it, because what happens is energies, lower energies can actually attach to your light body. Okay, so just like you roll on the mud, then all this mud can actually attach to your clothing, your material. So other low energy can attach. For example, fear, anger, frustrations, hatred. So these are all very low energy, can get stuck and then attached to your field. And then there could be leak, tear, and all that. So yeah, that can happen to your light body. So when you use that frequency, the 6.67 kilohertz, so this is where it will transmutate, means they will like sort of like burn off all these things. Yeah, transmute, they call it transmute, means they have to clear all this and then allow your higher frequencies to actually shine brighter. Like window, right? New window pane that are totally transparent, you can see through, right? So the light can come in. Now, sometimes the window, if you don't clear it, what happens is there will be a layer of translucent white materials. Usually it starts from the edge and then moving inwards, right? So it becomes translucent, no longer transparent. So less light can actually pass through. So our field is also like that. If we don't clean it, if we don't have our spiritual bathing using our Healy to clean our energy field, this is what will happen to us. Like all this crusty material will actually bind to our light body and causing our light to become dim rather than penetrating. Okay. All right. Then Merkaba is the spiritual vehicle. So the sign for Merkaba is this. I'm sure you have seen this, the triangle, two triangles superimposed on each other. If you look at the flag of Israel, Israel's national flag, it is actually one triangle with the pointed tip point downwards and another triangle with the tip pointing upwards. Okay, so it's actually another two-dimensional symbol for Merkaba. So this is more like a three-dimensional symbol for the Merkaba. So what is the Merkaba all about? Okay, so this actually give us very high frequency energy that help us to penetrate different dimensions, so to go further up, 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 universal wisdom, access your Akashic records, and also to form a protective layer against low vibrations and disruptive energy. Okay, yeah. So as a vehicle, engine, just now was an engine. So engine is the driving force, is the power. So we are powered by the chakra system. A vehicle is something that will bring you to another place. Okay, that's the vehicle. So the Merkaba energy here is the one that actually bring you to higher and higher levels of consciousness. All right. Yeah, so it makes you more and more aware, more and more attracted, okay, to finding out, knowing more, or giving you more depth to your meditation over time. Okay, definitely not overnight. Okay, then what else do we see? 450, 500 kilohertz. This is an energetic reboot, creating coherent field. And then you have 122, 185. This one is to link the physical body to the etheric body. Okay, because you have so many bodies, right? The physical body and then the light body, so many layers. So sometimes you hear people that this body or the soul like sort of like split into many parts. Yeah, so there can be detachment. So physical body can actually detach from the light body. Okay, so when you talk about coherence is to bring all your physical body, all the layers of your light body together. Okay, yeah. Then connect to spirit guides. So what are your spirit guides? Your higher self, okay, your archangels, okay, other angelic realms, other entities in the angelic realms also includes masters, spiritual masters in the past, okay. Yeah, so you can actually connect to tap on all of their wisdom. Then 694, 728 kilohertz. Yeah, so when you see kilohertz, this goes to very, very high energy. All right, so open your heart to universal unconditional love. Connect to higher realms. Then you see 878, 897. Okay, shift to higher state of consciousness. Okay, connect to Galactic Central Sun. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And then connect all the way to Source. Yeah, so this is what happens when you see very, very high frequencies here. Okay, so you can see that the frequency at the start is like the alpha frequencies, and then after that go higher, higher, higher to very high frequencies to connect all the way to our cosmic consciousness and our divine source. Okay, so what does it mean by connecting to the galactic central sun? Okay. This is the heart of the galaxy. So this part here, the sun here, inverted commas. So this is the heart of the entire galaxy. So this is the source energy. Okay, that means where the what we call our original energy. All right, so this is the energy, is electromagnetic in nature, and this is the energy that shift the consciousness, and that means it's spread to all the planets in the galaxies. Okay, so yeah, so it can help you in your personal ascension, activate your light body, upgrade your spiritual DNA, and also foster galactic unity. So what is galactic unity? One is within the galaxy itself and then intergalactic. Okay, so it's huge. We're talking about very, very huge kind of fields, way beyond what we can imagine. It doesn't matter if you don't understand all this terminology, neither do I. I mean, I know them as word, but experiencing it is a different matter. All right. So yeah, so some of these I have not personally experienced it myself. Okay. And of course, I would aspire. All right. Yeah, grow towards that. Okay, next we look at bioenergetic support, cosmic growth. Bioenergetic support only has 3 programs: bioenergetic boost, cosmic growth, coherence. Now, cosmic growth was given to us free by Marcus after the Ukraine-Russia war. Okay, because he's concerned about violence, okay, power struggles, and cosmic growth is intended to increase love and compassion for individuals and also for the expansion of the human race, human consciousness. All right. So all the more we should actually take time to understand what cosmic growth is for. Now, in cosmic growth, the frequencies is based on the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, Fibonacci comes from is the last name of Leonardo Fibonacci. He's a mathematician. And what he noticed that there is a universal law of efficiency in nature. All right. So if you look at nature, as nature grow, so here you're talking about growth, okay? As nature grow, like let's say the flower, the plant, okay? Flower from a bud as it grow and grow and grow and grow. So leaves also as it grows and grows and grows, they find that there is a very efficient way of packing, arranging, and organizing in nature, okay? So this particular arrangement is very stable and it consumes minimal amount of energy to actually sustain life. So you actually maximize the resource. Okay, so that is the wisdom in nature, and mathematically they found that, okay, how to explain this, huh? Okay, you see here, this is the nautilus, right? Okay, so when it grows, your snail is probably just a small little dot here like that, right? Then after that, as it grows, each year they will add on to the shell, add on layer and layer and layer to the shell. So what happened then is you see the expansion here. So the expansion as it grow is not random, but it actually grow in a certain ratio that you see over here. Okay, yeah. So the flower bud also, if you've seen the flower bud, right, from the moment the tiniest form of bud shows until it develop and slowly grow until it's fully bloom. So that is a certain arrangement and enlargement as you see. So all these things here, okay, all this arrangement follows the Fibonacci ratio. Okay, yeah. So here in this program, when you use this program, you will find that the frequency starts like that. It starts from 1 hertz. Okay, so the mathematics is 1 plus 1 gives you 2. So that's why the second frequency is 2. And then 1 plus 2 gives you 3. So after that is 3 hertz. And then 2 plus 3 is 5. So the next frequency is 5 hertz. And then 3 plus 5 give you 8. Then 5 plus 8 gives you 13. 8 plus 13 gives you 21. So 13 plus 21 gives you 34. 21 plus 34 gives you 55. Okay, so this is the mathematical calculation in the Fibonacci series. So the frequency that is given to you, this program here is different from the other frequency where it actually communicates with your body. This one, no. This one is actually fixed. It's fixed. Every time you use the frequency that is given to you will be always in this sequence. So, okay, so this part of the sequence here is actually the first stage, 1 to 55 hertz. This is the frequencies that actually harmonizes biological organism. Okay, so it helps in the grounding and in the coherence. That means it helps organisms to be intact, to be functional, to be stable at the foundation level. That means for your health, for your mental body, physical body, and all that. So here, this whole range here represents what? It starts from your 1 hertz, right? So this is your delta, and then your theta, and then 8 to 13, this is your alpha, and then your beta, and then after that, your gamma. Then after that will be 34 plus 55, that will be 89. So 89 plus 55 gives you 144. 89 plus 144 gives you 233. 144 plus 233 gives you 377. So 233 plus 377 gives you 610. And 377 plus 610 gives you 987. Okay, now this stage 2 here, this is for the human energy field and for chakra activation. So just now, the low frequency is actually for the physical body. So from the body, it moves into the invisible field and the chakra system. So this frequency here is to energize, activate, align your chakra, your meridian, okay, unblock so that energy can flow. The life force energy, the spiritual energy, okay? So the energy that comes from the Galactic Central Sun, where everything originates from the outside. So the universal energy, okay? So it clears up your channel so that the universal galactic energy and all that can flow through your channel. Okay, both ways, in and out. All right, so the clearing of the channel is important. Then the meridians will then send all this energy throughout covering your whole entire body so that your whole body will be filled with life force. Okay, then the third one. Okay, so here will be 610, 987. If you add them, will give you 1.6 kilohertz. And then if you add just now the 900 something, will give you 2.58 kilohertz. So these two, when you add, will give you 4.18. This 2.58 add with 4.18 will give you 6.76. So it's the same all the way until 28.7 kilohertz. So the third stage progress to further. So this is cosmic growth, meaning that starting from that individual expand, expand, expand. So here is expanding your morphogenetic field all the way until planets. So it's not just the planet Earth, but planet Jupiter, planet Pluto, planet Mars. So it goes into the solar system. Okay, solar system. So it align your morphogenetic. Now, what's this morphogenetic? This is at a species level. That means this is the collective field. This is your human individual field, right? So this is species. That means the human race. Go further, all right? Then the animal kingdom, go further. Yeah, so connecting. So let's say when you talk about instinct, how do actually animals have instinct? Because why? The individual animal is connected to all the animals and they gather information from there. That's why they are so smart. Okay, Yeah, because all the wisdom from the past actually accumulate in this morphogenetic field. So human also. So we are all actually very, very has a lot of information and intelligence. So your intelligence does not just come from individual human. You can actually tap on the morphogenetic field of the collective human race, human consciousness, and you can also tap on the collective information in the solar system, planets. All right. So you can align your consciousness, okay, to the consciousness of the earth consciousness, collective human consciousness. So you see how you expand. Okay. So are you excited? Okay. Yeah. When you hear all this, it's like, wow, we are huge, we are big, we are powerful. Okay. So from 28.7 and 17.7, when you add together is 50 something. Okay. Yeah. 40 something. All right. Then these two add together gives you 75. These two add together gives you 121. And then you just keep adding 832. Okay. That's the highest, 832. Okay. So just now up to, wait, the solar system, right? So from the solar system, it goes into the galaxy. So ours is the Milky Way galaxy, but there's more than one galaxy. So you expand some more, okay, to all the stars, to universe. And now you can actually expand to multiverses. Okay, you can tap into all this, but definitely not in just one use. So they will expand you. So if you are a small dot, it will expand you from that dot. Okay, if you are already a big dot, okay, then they will expand you. Okay, so it's like a multiplication factor like that. So some of us are beginners in terms of spirituality. Some of us are masters in terms of spirituality. So that means wherever you are, okay, you continue in that growth. You know, if you're starting from that, you're just a beginner at the tiny dot, so you expand from there. So if you're already a big animal, you know, like what you see in the Nautilus, so from where you are, you continue to expand. Okay, yeah. So that is what is here. So this will help you to align your growth, your creative potential. So we talk about clarity. Remember in manifestation, you know, how do you know your soul contract, your soul purpose? Why are you here? So all this will actually help you to gain more and more clarity of what is going on when you actually tap to resonate with the bigger collective. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so that is cosmic growth. So if you have not used it, please do use it. There are people who use cosmic growth. Let's say if you have a group meditation for certain intention, certain purpose, okay, what you can do is to wear your device either through this or with the electrodes or with the high wave, and then you do a collective one, a group one. Okay, yeah. So either you are doing a prayer session for Mother Earth, okay, for healing of planets, individuals, all that, right? So this can be done as well. Okay, so there are also people who tell me that there are a few of them, you know, they are in the car, and then what they do is everybody turn on the cosmic growth, and then one person would drive, right? So they drive around, let's say, a whole city. Okay, yeah. So to cover your city in prayer, in good frequency, so they go around, like you draw a boundary around the area. Okay, as they vibrate this particular program. Okay, so yeah, use your creativity. So as your intuition leads you that, oh yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, so you can actually just try it. experience it and see what happens from there. Okay, so now I'm going into coherence. This is one of my favorite. Okay, I'm using coherence right now. If you can see, can you see? Yeah, coherence. So I'm actually running coherence, and I like to use the McHealy coherence whenever I do a presentation. Okay, so how does it help me? My body, mind, and soul. So I find that when I use coherence to do a presentation, everything seems to flow internally. Yeah, that's how I like it. All right. Now you look at the backdrop. The backdrop shows how all the strings, right, are actually intertwined together. And this is what I like about coherence, and that's how I see coherence, because your body, mind, soul becomes all intertwined into unity. Unity. So you feel wholesome. You don't feel like your body, mind, soul is split up, you know? Yeah. So that's coherence. Okay. So I see coherence as the thread that goes through all the other strings here. So it goes through and then sort of like hold everything together. Okay, yeah, so that is the picture I have when I use coherence. Okay, now what are all the different layers and different strings? All here you see many, many, many strings, right? So these are different layers that I want to explain to you. Our human consciousness as of now, okay, it is known to have 12 dimensions. That means 12 layers. Like just now the string, right? So imagine that there are 12 strings like this. Okay, so the physical body and the visible world is at the lower dimension. So when you talk about bioenergetic field, is actually the lower dimension here, dimension 1, 2, 3. That's why we call our world three-dimensional world. Okay, so we are here at physical matter. Now, when you go and then time, concept of time is here. Above here, there's no more concept of time. Okay? Yeah, that's why there's this thing called eternity, means there's no longer bound by any concept of time. Then after that, you go into the global information field. So this is where we use the Healy Blue app. Over here, we use the Healy Pink app. All right, so information field, this is where we use the Healy Blue app. Okay, yeah, so all this is all part of the invisible information field, all right, which is actually electromagnetic waves. All these are all the different dimensions, so 12 dimensions. Okay, now, have you ever played this game where they ask a few people to line up in one single row, right? So there could be like 8 or 10 or 12. Okay. So the person, the one that starts, the one who passed the message, and then they will give you a very long message, right? So they will give you a long message with a lot of actions, funny things, and all that, right? So they will give you a long sentence to the first person. Then, of course, after you listen to that long sentence, your memory is like incomplete one, right? So you will only catch a few words, and then after that, you're supposed to pass the message to the next person. And then this next second person will pass it to the third, pass it to the fourth, and all that. Okay. So this will go on. So you'll pass the message. By the time the last person received the message, so we all know that the message would have been distorted because people will cannot remember, and then they will add a lot of things inside or take away some of the things. So there is distortion of the message as you move from the first one until the last one. Okay, not? Yeah. So this is what happens. All right. Now, we are at dimension 1 and there are 12 dimensions. Okay, so if you have a message or if you have an intention, So here we are passing the message to the higher dimension. If you remember, I talked about manifestation. So in manifestation, when you have a thought or an idea about something, let's say I want a sports car. So when you imagine your sports car, which model you want, what color you want, so instantaneously, that thing that you want, the sports car that you want, or is a big house that you want, okay, uh, existed already. Okay, but it existed at the higher dimension of your consciousness because you have thought about it at higher consciousness. So now from high consciousness dimension, let's say 10, 12, you want to bring it down to manifest it at dimension 3, for example. The message from dimension 12 has to come down, 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 down here. Okay, so along the way, a lot of distortion. So that is why we find it difficult to manifest because the message from what we want, okay, to every day will change. Okay, today I want this, tomorrow I want this, then the doubt come in, disbelief come in, yeah, then greed comes in, then we change. So we distort. So what happened is that's why we can't manifest. Okay, so here when you use the coherence is to ensure that what you want in your heart, in your mind, and in your soul are all aligned and the message does not get distorted. So that means when you send your message to the highest dimension, and when the highest dimension receive it and when it send it down, there's no distortion. Okay, so that is what coherence is for. Okay, so if you want to do the manifestation, make sure that you use coherence. You can use cosmic growth also to add on to all those that I've shared before. All right, so we talk about the manifest infinity. You can use Dr. Habdang. You can also use a few other programs that I mentioned before. Okay, coach and all that. So add on to all this, the coherence. All right. Okay, so what are the frequencies in coherence? So you can see like it can give you, so it will vary from person to person. So when I use it, it happens to be 706, which is working on the pineal and the crown. Okay, so this is to expand your consciousness. 866 is to awaken your intuition, restore your cell, clear energetic imprints of trauma, of disease. 567 is to clear energetic distortion. So this is at the physical level. Some of it is at the conscious level. Okay, then 4.2, grounding, stability, security. 8 will be your alpha waves. Okay, that is for reprogramming, brain coherence. And then 67.4, this is for your human field, scalar energy. This is to clear stagnant energy. And then you can have 432. This is for the heart chakra. So how does it help? Your heart, heart is coherent and then in sync with your brain and with your entire energy field. So this is also to increase your peace and your love. 128 is to resonate with your DNA, your cell. 152 is to release karmic patterns. Okay, karmic patterns are all the lessons that you are here to learn. All right, so some of these are karmic burdens. Okay, so if you carry a lot of karmic burdens from the past, so you'll find that your energy field is heavy, is harder to manifest. So because you got to learn all these lessons and then clear many layers, okay, until you liberate all these past burdens that you carry with you. Okay, so it can be guilt, fear, shame, etc. Okay, so there'll be others. Okay, 12.9 kilohertz. This is for your etheric body. So it's to cleanse the light body, the auric field. One of the layer is called the etheric light body. Okay, clear your mental body. So all this is to clean up your auric field in the various layers. Yeah. So there are attachment, right? Dense attachment in terms of thought forms. So there are stubborn thought pattern. It could be psychic debris, energetic parasites, that can come from outside, sucking the life out of you. Yeah. And then 147, again, for your light body, which is your auric field, for the macabre, okay, and your information field. So this is really scrubbing yourself clean. 786 kilohertz. This is for divine blessings, for protection, and then connecting human field to the divine source of energy. Okay, yeah. So, oops. All right, so that will be coherence. Of course, it's not limited to this. As you use, you will see your own numbers appearing. So I've taught you how to go and check. So if you want to know, then do a little bit of work to go and check, and then you will know what is happening to your body. All right. Yeah, because some will say that I use, but I don't feel anything. It's not meant for you to feel anything or, okay, I don't see changes. It's not that. So sometimes your energetic field is so dirty, you can't really bring a lot of things into manifestation until you bathe, Yeah. So if you have seen, like, let's say, uh, wild animals, not wild animals, these are homeless animals, and then they don't take care of themselves, and then their fur and all that is all entangled mud, dirt. Yeah. So when it's home, okay, some kind souls go and bring them, and then what they do is you really have to clean them up, comb them, etc. Okay, so yeah, so some of us spiritually are at that level. Okay. Yeah. So we can be spiritually have carrying a lot of all this grime, grime. Yeah. Stuck to the body and a lot of cleansing. So you have to be patient and recognize that although things may not happen, you're manifesting, and then how come somebody gets fulfillment, and then some, for me, is like nothing, So don't compare, don't worry, because everybody is different. All right. So as you do the cleansing layer by layer, okay, you will definitely see the divine blessings. Okay. Yeah. So have patience with yourself. Okay, so next one, if you have the essential oil, this one will require you to subscribe. Okay, Singapore, I think it's Euro $9, if I'm not mistaken, per month. So if you would like to use this, then you will go to the Healy shop, your region, and then after that, subscribe, select your device, and then they will put the module into your device where you can then do the analysis. So it will pick for you the essential oil frequency that you need. So let's say, okay, so those that you need are those where you see 60% or higher. All right. So those are the ones that resonate very, very closely with you. And so let's say if you get lavender, so how does it look like? So this is to actually balance your chakra. So it will all come back to your chakra again, purify your mind, your space. Then if it's myrtle, then it will be spiritual cleansing. Okay, spiritual connection, serene meditation. And then cassia, if you get it, it's for personal spirituality, purifying. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so this is to also help you as well. So this is also part of your cleansing, balancing, purifying, which you can use during a meditation session. Okay, so you can vibrate this. Okay, Plant Power has a big database, 500 over different types of plants. And then some of the description here is also to actually cleanse your inner self. All right. Yeah. So for example, you look for those that are 60% or higher. So Plant Power is not on subscription. You need to purchase the entire module. So once is a once off. That means once you purchase it, you can use it for forever. Yeah. So for example, like this one here, I'm free from distrust and fear of being stolen from, harassed, attacked. Yeah, so these are the deep-seated fear. Okay, these are could be feelings that you have from the past. So it actually help you to either surface or release them. Okay. Any of the feelings of guilt, like what we talked about just now, right? Releasing all this. So it will also do the same for you as well using plant. Okay, gem, Alaskan gem. Okay, what is elixir? So what happened is elixir is actually liquid, water. All right, so water, pure, pristine, clean water, you put the gem inside, and then the energy will um, uh, change the property of the water. Okay, so that's the meaning of gem elixir. Okay, so here, topaz, this is for solar plexus. So when you use the gem, each specific gem has their specific frequency range, and they usually work on the different chakras. Okay, solar plexus chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, and then they will tell you which area, okay, that you are benefiting from. Okay, so you can also use this to, let's say, if you have a collection of gem and you do not know what to wear for that particular day, you can also use the analysis for Alaskan gem in the resonance database. So you see which are the percentage that are high. If it's topaz for you, and then if you happen to have a topaz, you can also wear it, okay, to complement the energy for your energetic field. Okay, now coach also have the spiritual category. So when you look at the 10 categories, one of the category here is spirituality. So you can either use the focus statement here that is provided. So these are the areas that is related to your inner growth. So you can pick any of this and then do the analysis to get your chart. Or you can put in your own statement, whatever that you want to get the category. So you don't have to pick all the category, like there are so many categories. So if you just want spirituality, or you pick the blue dot, you only pick one, which is spirituality. So when you pick spirituality, you will come up with statements that are related. So spirituality is further broken down into 3 other areas. Breath work. Okay, now most of us know the importance of breathing techniques, breath works, okay, to calm the body and for detoxing, for all the various purpose. Now, there are many techniques and many types of breath works. So here, what happens is when you use the coach, select spirituality, it will pick for you the one that you need at that point in time. Okay, so if so it will come out with probably 3 statements for you. So whichever that come out. All right. So if let's say the first one comes out, what you do is, yeah, other than just click vibrate and then do the vibration, if you were to just read that statement alone, I exhale everything that burdens me, frightens me, and makes me sick. So let's say if you get that statement. So what you can do is turn it into a spiritual exercise, right? So if it's part of your meditation, just sit still. So breath, slow breathing in And then as you exhale, right? So you breathe in. So when you want to exhale, you just read the statement. All right. I exhale everything that burdens me, frightens me, and makes me sick. So that statement may actually trigger events, experiences that actually gives you that kind of feeling. All right. So acknowledge that, hold it in your mind so that when you inhale and when you exhale, just release. Okay, let go of that event. All right. Yeah. So if you get number 2, I breathe in harmonizing loving energies. So you just sit down there, and so as you breathe in, imagine that the harmonizing loving energies is entering your body. So it's like, then exhale. Okay. So slow inhalation, 5 seconds to full inhalation, 5 seconds to full exhalation. You can do that. You can combine with whatever other breathing techniques that you have, so some are all this, whatever hand signs, somatic, whatever that you may have learned. So you do a combination, because sometimes you have learned so many techniques. How do you know which one you need that day? So when you do the analysis, it will tell you, all right, it may give you number 4. So if you give you number 4, then what you do is you sit down there, slow breathing, visualize. I visualize a luminous golden sphere above my head. So imagine, visualize that, okay, there is a golden light shining above your head, just here. Okay, with inhalation, the light flows into my crown chakra. So as you inhale, imagine that this golden light is coming down through your crown chakra into your body. So inhale it in, pull it in. Pull the golden light in, right? So with exhalation, it flows into my body. Everything is permeated and completely filled with this divine light energy. So the golden sphere is here. As you inhale, draw it in. Then as you exhale, imagine that it spreads through your hands, spread through your legs, spread through your entire organ, this golden light. Okay, so you can turn this into a somatic exercise. All right, so yeah, so you can try that as well. So yeah, so all these statements I won't go through, but these are statements that's related to your breathing. Inhalation, what to do, exhalation, what to do. So you can just follow. Yeah, just follow, and yeah. So this will give you variation to what you do, and then combining with the other techniques and approaches that you have to make it more customized for you. Okay, it's really fully customized because it will be based on your energetic field, what you need for that particular day. All right, so these are all related to breath. Then spirituality, under spirituality, these are affirmation statements. So you can either, once it pull out, show you which statements, you can jot down or screenshot that statement, and as and when you're free, okay, then just read the statement to yourself. My higher self loves me. My higher self loves me. My higher self loves me. Okay, so you can do that a few times a day. Yeah, okay. Or you can be, let's say, statement 2. I am a necessary part of the divine plan. Okay, so just now we saw that there is a divine will. Okay, so the divinity needs our cooperation to manifest and make it happen in this dimension. So we are actually part of that divine plan, the much bigger plan. Okay, each of us. Okay, what else? There are some more. I am one with divine love. So you imagine if you're feeling very down, yeah, as you read the statement to yourself, instead of just analyze, click vibrate, and then let it do the vibration. Yeah, so doing this means you consciously bring all those statements into your life. Okay, so let's say if you're discouraged, it's like, oh, I am one with divine love. I feel the presence of God in me. So you're not alone, you know? Yeah, you're not alone. So if God is inside you, so why are you discouraged with yourself? You have so much power. So it's a matter of learning how to tap into this power. Okay? Yeah, so there are so many statements here. Yeah, so as you vibrate, then you will know which statement is for you. Silence. Silence is for meditation. Quiet yourself. Okay? Yeah. So let's say statement 4. The mind cannot experience the silence. I give up all expectations, notions, and ideas and let myself be guided. Okay? So let's say this is when your mind is really busy, a lot of static, a lot of voices and all that. Yeah. So if you have a lot of all this, you cannot experience silence, right? So you what to do? Give up all your expectation. So why is it that when I send out this signal, this is what I want, that tomorrow I must get it? So this is an expectation. All right. So whatever expectation, notion, ideas that you have, surrender. Okay. And let yourself be guided. Okay. So you have all this. Yeah, become empty and free like a hollow bamboo stick. Statement 7, I am ready to receive the silence that flows into me. So when you don't know what to do, when you're pushed until your back is against the wall, it's like, I got nowhere to go. Surrender. Okay? I empty myself. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay? Surrender. I'm ready to receive. Okay? Yeah. So just empty everything and then listen. Okay? Yeah. So these are all there. I won't go through everything. Now, the last section here is from Marcus Schmieke. I have finished reading his ebook. Yeah. So I do not know whether you know about this. You can actually purchase his ebook from the website, the healyeffect.com. Okay. So during his tour to Malaysia, Singapore, I bought the ebook, and every day, okay, I make it a resolution every day, one chapter. So eventually I finish reading his entire book, and this is towards the end, chapter 34. And I want to read to you because this is his heartbeat. McHealy is Marcus' brainchild, and his heartbeat, what he wants to achieve for the human race and the human consciousness with these two devices. All right. And I like it. And I find that if I summarize it, I'm not doing him justice. So therefore, I will read to you selected paragraphs from this book to remind us, all right, what Healy and McHealy is meant to help us. Okay, this is what he said. The spiritual soul, Atma, is a particle of consciousness, unique and eternal, whose natural state is to be in loving relationship with the supreme consciousness, God, source, divine of all existence. Okay, whatever name, regardless of which religion, which beliefs you are from. Okay, so here we recognize that our spiritual soul actually desire to be in loving relationship with the supreme consciousness. Okay, now we are energetic light being that is one with him, right? Now, when we choose to journey into this lower dimension, okay, so in the journey through material existence, this relationship becomes obscured. The soul forgets, identifies with the body, and the ego becomes entangled in the field of illusion. So initially, our light being and consciousness, we are united in a loving relationship. So when we descend in this journey as a human being, so we forgot. So there is a gap here. All right. But despite the gap, even if you are not conscious, there is always this inner emptiness, the inner longing for truth and connection, okay, and transcendence remains. So there's always this soft whisper from your inner soul calling us to return home. So there's always this search for spirituality, okay, to find like who we are, not. So, but we get entangled, in pursuing a lot of things that we want. So that's why sometimes at the later part of the life that you find people letting go of all their crown, to live a very simple life or to just pursue spirituality. Okay, now progressively in this millennial generation, I find that many of them starts this journey much earlier. Some of them in their 20s, 30s, and they already started to pursue their spirituality, okay, which is a good sign. Now, at its deepest level, the spiritual path is not a journey of personal growth or inner balance. It is a sacred process of remembrance of who we truly are, where we come from, and what our purpose is. All right? So spirituality is not like transformation. We always use this word transformation. I want to be a better person, be a better person. It's not about being a better person. It is about going back to the roots of who we truly are and the contribution that we are here to bring. Okay? Yeah, in connection with the entire divine purpose and divine will. Spiritual life requires clarity, humility, sincerity, and inner stillness. When the bioenergetic system is out of balance, distracted, fragmented, spiritual focus becomes more difficult. Okay, so that's why we struggle. Yeah, so that's why it has to be like an effort or a discipline, but it should be as natural as breathing. But that is because we are out of alignment. Okay, so with Healy, so what is Healy all about? Healy, through its interaction with the information field, supports this inner process of remembrance by gently clearing the noise, allowing us to better attune to the voice of the soul beneath the mental static. Okay, Mental static is all the noise that we have, okay, about this world. So we forget, we pursue a lot of things, okay? We pursue our career, we pursue our family, we pursue this and that, okay? Sometimes even spirituality has become a pursuit rather than remembering who we are. Okay, so it takes away all this. It takes away the trauma, it takes away the fear, shame, guilt, anything that is bearing us, pushing us down into the hole. Okay, so that it allows us to actually hear better. Programs focus on chakras, emotional release, coherence, etc., serve as preparatory steps. They can open space. So as we use all this, actually regardless of which program you're using, whichever program that you're using, all right, will help you to clear and help to prepare us and invite us into the space of spirituality. So when used with intention, frequencies can soften inner resistance, dissolve old emotional patterns, align the mind with deeper aspirations of the soul. Okay, so it's to let the soul speak without us, closing our ears to all this. Yeah, so all the old emotional patterns, struggles, trauma, all this in the past, they actually bury us. All right, so Healy will actually allow us to actually be like that little seedling, like that, come out from the soil so that we can see the light. Okay, the purpose of human life is to re-establish our forgotten relationship with the divine, a relationship of love, service, and conscious union. The soul finds its fulfillment not in autonomy, but in harmony with the will of the Supreme. Okay, autonomy means independent of the Supreme. So, but in harmony, all right, resonating with the divine will. The more we remember our spiritual identity, the more we become instruments for love, wholeness, divine. Okay, so here is the invitation for every one of us. Each vibration session, that means every time you vibrate a Healy program, can become an act of alignment. Help me remember who I am. So if you have no other intentions, so these are the intentions that you can have when you want to vibrate. All right, help me remember who I am. Let me serve with clarity and joy. Let me listen to the voice of the divine within. So before you use your blue app, so just say it or think about it mentally in your mind. Help me to remember who I am, who I'm meant to be. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. We are not isolated beings. We are nodal points. What are the nodal points? You see all these dots here? Remember I said some of us are small dots, big dots, and all that. So we are interconnected. We are the nodal points in a great connected field of consciousness. Individuals connect through their information fields, through intentions, attention, frequency. Each person who transforms one's emotional patterns, that means every time when we do a resonance database, all right, we transform our old stuck emotions. Every time when we do that, every time one person do that, you clear your inner blockages or align one's life more closely with coherence and meaning. This is what you're doing, is contributing to the subtle evolution of the global consciousness. So each of us can make that change, that improvement to the entire global consciousness. So every time we use, let's say, cosmic growth, shroom, okay, the whole entire global consciousness vibrates with you and get elevated with you. Okay, so even when I'm lazy, if any one of you here vibrate, okay, it actually helps every single person here. All right, so we have in our power to actually change our environment, change the entire earth, change the entire human race, okay? Change the entire global consciousness. So the power is in our hands, okay? And Marcus Schmieke, during his tour in Asia, said that it is in his vision to reach 100 million Healy users or 100 million household who will use Healy in this entire world. Okay? Because McHealy and Healy becomes part of a wider mission. And what is his mission? To uplift, to support, to transmit coherence into the world that has lost its inner rhythm. And this is what we do in partnership with him as we share Healy and McHealy with all the people around us. Okay, so with this, I thank you for your attention, for your attendance, okay, for listening. So next week will be me again. All right, so 4th of December, we are preparing for Christmas, we are preparing for end of the year, okay, lots of celebration, yeah. So, so I'll be talking about space, cleansing space. One is to cleanse our own energetic space, and then to cleanse our environment space, all kinds of space, because you want to clean up all this space to allow people to come into your parties, your gatherings, and all that. And at the same time, after all the partying, when you open your house to so many people, they bring in all kinds of energy. So therefore, you also need to clean your energy after they leave. All right. And okay, so you see people are all having all different energies. So hope that we will help them to clean their energy and prepare for the new year. So it's going to be very exciting. And then 11th of December, okay, Petra will be talking about reflection, okay, of the entire year. And then we will get ready for new resolutions in 2026. Okay, so it's quite exciting. All right, so let's see if there are any questions. So let's take some of the questions. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for those who enjoy this session. I enjoy preparing it and reading the book and understanding, the heartbeat of Marcus and conveying it to everybody. All right, so you can also get your copy and read it as well, okay, and get the whole message. All right, okay, so thank you so much. Oh yes, Nitya, you put your hand up, so yeah, you may unmute and ask your question. Okay.
Hi, Christi. It's so very good to see you. Thank you so much for the lovely session. So, I just have one question, Christi. For the
Yes.
past 3 times, whenever I did coach analysis, I did it for the abundance and twice for the work to improve my work. So,
Wait,
all the
slow down.
three times,
Slow down. Huh? You
spirituality
use
only
coach.
came.
You
Sorry,
use coach.
coaching analysis.
Okay. And
So all the 3 times I was running it, one time for the financial abundance and twice for the work purpose to improve my work. So all the 3 times I was getting spirituality only. So what is the connection between spirituality and the work that I'm doing? Is there any
what do you mean you
why?
only get spirituality only? What
Mm.
do you mean you only get spirituality? There are 10
Like
areas, right?
In the wheel, we will be having the wheel, right? In the coaching analysis.
There are 10
So
areas,
spirituality showed very low, and it
very
chose
low.
spirituality for running the affirmations actually.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the color red, yellow, orange. Okay, spirituality low means that you have a lot of room for improvement. Okay, if you are green, let's say dark green, that means you are reaching the maximum development for this cycle. So if you continue, then after that, you will come back to red again. So you are in a new cycle of growth for spirituality. Okay, yeah. So spirituality is very, very aligned to all areas of our life because that is the source. Okay, or not? So your goal to actually help you to achieve your goal is telling you that, okay, spend more time in your spiritual practices. Yeah, that means being still, being silent, yeah, hearing, listening. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this aligned? Yeah. So this is where it is telling you what to do. Yeah.
So as per my understanding, like just correct me if I'm wrong. So
Mm.
as per Healy, here spirituality means the aligning with our own inner self, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Your inner self, divine will. So are you what you're doing, is it aligned to your spirituality, your inner self, listen to your higher self, Yeah.
I get it, Christy. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Okay, next one, Sri Ram. Sri Ram.
Thank you very much, Christy. Really a wonderful session. Uh,
Thank
I
you.
think I'm
Good.
following up on what Nitya said, and I'll bring it from the aura aspect, the aura analysis
Aura.
specifically. So,
Yes.
while doing the aura analysis, uh, the some of the statements that come are the person is expressing themselves through spirituality or religiosity. The spirit is asking, "Who am I?" I think you have
Mm.
seen multiple of these statements, but
Yeah,
these
yeah.
have
I've
come a
seen that
lot.
before. Mm.
And at the same time, as Nitya said, spirituality on the wheel sometimes shows red or orange, and orange at the
Mm.
lower levels.
Mm.
So, what more can you say about this specific thing?
Okay. The spirituality, religiosity, sometimes it comes out like you the person is actually following a master rather than spirituality. Okay, so these are some of the statements that I've seen. What is religiosity? Religiosity is when there is a spiritual teacher, okay, or there is a spiritual figurehead that you believe in. So here, the spirituality here is meaning that, okay, you don't have to, you cannot be overly reliant on the external. Okay. Yeah. So if it's talking about religiosity means that are you too ritual focused? Are you following more of text, do's and don'ts? Okay. So the spirituality that we are talking about here is connecting to your own higher self, listening to your own soul, going deep inside. Yeah, so we can actually like let's say what I'll do for spirituality is I'll buy a lot of books that's related to spirituality. What are the steps? What are the practices? Sometimes meditation we go into so many different practices. Must sit like that, your finger must be like that, all those things. So we pay a lot of attention into but we are actually not paying attention to what is inside. So the wisdom is actually inside of you and then learning to connect to the source. Yeah. That's what it's saying when you get statements like that. Okay. Either they said that is more religiosity than spirituality. Sometimes the word master will come out. Yeah. Then the colors. Okay. The colors is basically telling you how much room for growth. And it's spiral. Okay, so initially, let's say it's red, right? So red, 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 red. Then after that, it will jump to yellow, or it will jump to light green, or then it will it will grow towards dark green. Okay. Then there are people who ask, why is it that as I use, I seems to come down? They'll say that, hey, last time my spirituality is green, dark green, now my spirituality has become red. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a cycle. You see or not? So when you start at where your energy level is, you expand, expand, expand until you reach your maximum. So it's one curve like that go up, right? Then after that, you will start a new curve. That means red means you are at the start of a new level of spirituality. Yeah. So
Okay.
don't worry. It will grow, 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 and after that it will be red again.
Okay. Then one more thing that as a follow-up that will be there, because this is something that comes up along with the spirituality statements. The
Mm,
person has suppressed fears in their life. They do not know
mm,
why, but they have deep-seated fears up to panic attacks. And I
mm.
think on the root chakra, sometimes, now this statement comes on multiple chakras, but on the root one, it's there that the pattern
White,
is found in
black.
survival. Sorry, the statement says survival patterns of women on the mother side of the family. Now, of course, it's a
Ah,
black statement.
yeah,
And then there is
black.
also the white ones. The person is
Mm,
avoiding something. Now,
mm,
these three always keep coming in
mm,
general across time, at least for the last 6 months to 1 year,
mm.
in the analysis report.
Okay. Now, the chakra is supposed to be in certain colors, right? So when it's black, it means that it's highly, highly, highly blocked. Do you go through traumas in the past when you are younger?
A lot.
A lot,
Very,
right?
yeah, because
Yeah,
the family situation, people with bipolar disorder, manic
yeah.
depression
Oh, yeah.
disorder,
Okay, yeah. So I don't need to know a lot of details, but usually when the chakra is black, means that the energy there is so low, it's so closed up. Okay or not? So usually for this type, there is a lot of trauma in the life, so that so different chakras all like closed up, closed up, closed up, closed up. So you have to vibrate for a long time, you know. Keep vibrating, until you don't see it anymore. Okay, so it will take maybe even years. All right, so black means that it is so choked, CHOKE. So the chakra is really tight, close, choked. So you can use the Healy Chakra program. You can use the aura. You can use the gemstone to help. Okay. So when it's black like this, it will take years to actually go through all the layers. And then yeah. So whatever that comes out, fears, panic attack, this is where you will feel that for unknown reasons, you will find that you either panic, don't know what to do, okay, dare not take actions, fear hold you back, and things like that. All right. So a lot of work to do. Resonance database, uh, creative homeopathy is very good because that one is for repeated stress pattern. And the panic attack will come when uh, there are triggers. And these are usually repeated triggers. Okay. Yeah. So just keep vibrating. Okay. And
oh,
then vibrate for long hours. Yeah.
when you say vibrate, usually we take that acute or chronic, which is that 37 seconds or 2 minutes, followed by the 27 minutes one. But
Yeah.
here you're telling me to vibrate it for the longer durations, the 4 hours
Yes.
and nine
Longer
hours.
time. Yes. Because for chakras that are black, you have to vibrate for a much longer time.
And this can go on
Yeah.
for even years, you said.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've seen
okay.
people who did for several years. Okay. Yeah. So you need years. Okay, and longer period of time. Just do the vibration. Okay. Yeah. And
Okay.
then do the individual chakras more to actually help to speed up the whole process. And then there's also white. White is avoidance. Yeah. So all this will slowly go away. Okay, you just have to be patient with yourself, and you will find that over time, you feel less insecure, less fears. Yeah. So it will happen over time. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, I can say that's somewhat true.
Mm,
It took a lot of time to see a reduction in the number of black and white statements. And
yes.
that's the part of the report, but at a actual physical, mental, and emotional level, there's a reduction over time, as you said.
Mm,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So if you use for a longer period of time, it supports you the whole day. You see or not? Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll
yeah. So that's why you won't get triggers in that day. So you get protected and you will be more stable throughout the whole day. Yeah.
okay. Thank you very much, Christi.
Okay. Thank you for your question. Okay. If there are no other questions, that's very good. So we can end here today. All right. So thank you so much. I'll see you again next Thursday. All right. Bye-bye.